So this is a screencast on creating a small logo for the top of your box. And sort of the challenge here is to sort of create a cool little design using only sort of lines and geometric shapes. So we're gonna once again signing in Designer at designer.io. We're always going to sign designer.gravit.io. We're going to click Google. You're going to use your MMUUSD account. Should come up. You'll probably have to type yours in, and then you'll type in the password that you use to sign into Chrome. So Willie.Lee, MMUUSD, that's my account. Yours won't be in there. You'll have to type it in. It's going to bring me to the opening page right here. If it brings you to a page where it doesn't have any tabs on the front top, which is possible, you just want to right-click the top, and you can open up tabs. It will say show tabs and something like that. So the thing is, you just want to, if you don't want to, it doesn't show tabs, you're going to want to do that because you need those tabs open. So remember, when we draw in Designer, we always usually draw big and make things really small when we bring them to the laser, to the router, or whatever. So change the units to millimeters, and I'm going to make this 1,000 by 1,000 millimeters. That's a square meter, and hit create. That brings me a big design. So the goal here is I'm going to try and create a cool little logo just using lines and geometric shapes. And I'll show you the logo that I use for a couple of different things that I do. So I have made sort of a logo that looks like this. I'm going to use a rectangle. I'm going to draw this rectangle out. And then I'm going to add a border to this rectangle. And I'm going to make it really thick, 10. Actually, that's not really, because it's so big, I'm going to make it 30, not 1,300. So not 300. 30 point. So I've made it 30 point, hit enter. That makes a nice thick border. And then I'm going to make the fill white in there. And then I'm going to go to the sub-select and select the border with the sub-select. And I can grab these little red dots and I can curve those edges in. It gives me a nice kind of cool curved box. And then I'm going to use the path tool and I'm going to create like a mountain. So I'm going to click right on here. I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click here, right on the eye. I'm going to double click to end my line. And then I'm going to use the sub-select again. I'm going to select just this middle point. And I'm going to go over here to the joints, and I'm going to curve that. You can see it's kind of created this sort of mountain. It curves the line. I'm going to bend this here, pull those control bars in, and I have kind of this this kind of hillside shape. And again, I'm going to select this line. Whoop. Over here, my path, so I can select my path in the layers menu. There's my path, and I'm going to make this really thick, 20 point, perfect. Actually, I might even, 20 is good. And you'll notice it kind of hangs out past the end there, so I'm going to zoom way in, grab it with the sub-select, go to path, and I'm going to kind of pull that edge in, zoom in over here, perfect. And then I'm going to go to the shape tool, and I'm going to make some ellipses. And actually, I'm going to go to my rectangle, and I'm going to lock it because I don't want it to move around or anything, and then it doesn't get messed with. So I'm going to go to the ellipse. I'm going to kind of create. If I hold down Shift, it makes a perfect circle. Like that. And I'm going to fill it in black. And I'm going to duplicate it and make another one. Make that one smaller. Duplicate it. If you duplicate it, it kind of keeps me, that's kind of fun. So something like that. And that's kind of a fun little logo. I don't know, nothing too special about it. Maybe maybe in here, I'll add two more little things. I'm gonna go get some triangles, drag out, and I hold down Shift. There we go. I'm gonna fill that one in black as well. I'm gonna use the select tool to make this a little bit narrower triangle. Duplicate it. another one over here. Kind of a fun logo. I think the only thing I'm going to do is make this line much thicker. So I'm going to bring it up to like 50 point. Oh, there we go. That's kind of cool. And then again, I'm going to zoom in here to that line and I'm going to drag that in. So I don't want it overhanging the edge there. And hopefully I can do that. You can see it has that little part right there. So what I'm going to do, last little step, is I'm going to go down here to the borders. I'm going to click this. This is the sort of advanced tools on the borders. And you'll notice it shows the position of where my point is. So I'm going to move the position to the inside. Oh, let's try that again. It seemed to be wanting to move. Oh, that's because that's a joint. Whoops, this one right here, ends. Move that to the inside, and then I can sort of drag this, get it right close. There's a little piece overhanging. So the last thing I'm going to do actually is go to here, and I'm going to make the end rounded, and that will really help. A little piece there, but I'm not too worried about it. It's going to be so small. And then go here, pull that back. There we go. That's kind of a fun border, fun little graphic. I like it. Simple, geometric shapes. Keep it simple. So I'm going to save it. Call it logo, save. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, Export, and I'm going to export the PNG. So File, Export, PNG. Boom. All set. So when you're done with that, you're going to go to the next one, which is on getting stuff ready for the laser.